We are the KUAM News Team.
We investigate and inform.
Remember, don't wreck yourself, help check yourself.
We're part of the community.
We keep you aware of what's happening all around you.
Even protect you from harm. We're Guam's #1 source for news, entertainment, and information. And we're everywhere you need us to be.
No matter where you are, when you're with KUAM, you're home.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion. KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust. Serving Micronesia since 1938. Matson Navigation, serving Guam and Micronesia for 20 years. Cars Plus, Dodge Challenger, the undisputed champion. IP&E, fueling excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And King's Restaurant, located in Tamuning and Dededo. Always open, always local.
The safety of the public, that's one of my biggest concerns right now.
Ahead on Primetime, the latest with the situation involving North Korea. Plus, how do you tell your kids about the threat being made to our home? Valerie Maege with that report. And KUAM gets a look at one emergency shelter tapped to house the most vulnerable should an attack occur.
Half a day and good evening.
A threat to our island. It's been nearly 1 week since the war on words launched between President Donald Trump and North Korea's Kim Jong-un.
And all eyes remain on us while we watch and wait to see who will make the next move. For now, Guam standing strong as the local government makes reassurances that we are safe.
Guam Homeland Security Advisor George Charfer is sticking to his guns.
The chances of that any missile or missiles getting through, in my calculation, is 0.00001. That's 50%.
That unclassified information coming out during today's briefing at the governor's office. Governor Eddie Calvo saying the island's state of readiness has not changed.
It's business as usual.
Guam Homeland officials have released this overview of the missile defense systems to work against an attack by North Korea. The image showing the path of the missile after it's launched and plans of how our military and our allies would stop it in its tracks.
The anti-ballistic missile system that is based up north is ready to fire. We're not going to evacuate people. It's too short a time frame. It's going to be chaotic.
The governor today continued efforts to ease the minds of those living here.
It's not to panic anybody. We got the toughest building standards in the United States.
Though the threat level remains the same, it's a busy week ahead for the island.
30,000 students will be returning to school on Thursday across 41 school campuses.
Education officials telling parents that schools do have emergency preparedness plans in place as well. As for the impact this brings to our #1 industry, tourism,
we are getting this attention and we are getting a lot of inquiries at our offices in Japan and Korea and China office and Taiwan office and all our offices where we have GBB offices. So that's why it's so important that we get the correct information out to the people to let them know that there is no increase in the threat level.
KUAM also wants to help keep your friends and family prepared and in the know. Check out and share the video we put together for you right now on our social media pages.
No doubt there are people here frightened by what's happened these last few days.
Today, Guam groups coming together and organizing a People for Peace rally in Hagåtña. Nestor Lecanto is there.
Nick and Chris, we're here with Kenneth Cooper, one of the spokespersons for this rally today. Kenneth, let me know, please let us know what you're here about.
Right, so this is a very, we feel important event that should happen. It's the People for Peace rally. We just feel that amidst all this tension, there's a lot of divided opinion about this. Some people feel like this is just another threat from North Korea. Others feel very worried. But most importantly, I think the unifying call should be that we want peace. We have experienced being forced in the middle of world conflicts before, with World War II. And we just don't want something like that to happen again. And even the threat of something like that should be a wake-up call that we need to talk about these issues further. Why are we once again stuck in the middle? And so we just want to advocate peace and show to the world that we don't want Wuhan to become another war zone in any form.
one of the things that Guam has gotten a lot of international and national media attention. What is your message to the people of the United States and the world?
So it's very interesting because now is the first time that a lot of people are hearing about Guam, right? And so Guam's always known as pretty much this strategically located colony of the United States, mainly known for tourism and the military. But, you know, it's evident that we, the people of Guam, have been here for a very long time, which almost go back 4,000 years. And so the way that we want to show the world is, it's all about peace, right? It's all about showing that Guam is much more than just a strategically located hub to project United States military power, but, you know, our lives are here. My grandmother is an 82-year-old World War II survivor, and she asked me, Ken, who's bothering North Korea? I never did anything to them. And that, to me, almost made me tear up, because she was 6 years old in the prime of her life, having her father die and almost being grazed by bullets. And then I look at my 3-year-old daughter, and I don't want that to be repeated. And so I just feel like this is the time to make the world know that even though that is the most common image of Guam, that's definitely not all we are. There are people who generations back have lived here, are continuing to live here, and will live here, and we do not want war to be what we're known for in any shape or form.
All right, thank you very much. That's Kenneth Gopigan Cooper here at the rally in front of the Chief Kapua statue. Nick and Chris, back to you in the studio.
Meanwhile, legislative session was brief as an emotional plea was made by Vice Speaker Therese Terlahi, motioned for the island's lawmakers to stand in solidarity at today's peace rally.
Regardless of party, regardless of status preference, regardless of our faith or lack of.
The threat definitely affecting those that call Guam home. More on session in a bit.
The island's faithful are turning to the power of prayer in this time of world conflict. Among them, Rufina Mendiola, who was one of the hundreds who turned out for Sunday's Fatima Rosary Rally at the Plaza de España.
I get goosebumps every time I talk to Fatima. Today, the power of peace is very strong within ourselves, and have no worry about what's happening outside. I pray for North Korea as well. We pray for everything that's outside our boundaries, for world peace, and for anything that should come our way. Mother Mary, Our Lady of Fatima, has always been our side. Guam is so lucky. I'm so lucky to be a part of this.
Religious or not, Pale Mike Crisostomo encouraging residents to unite as one.
Just to come together and realize the destruction that may happen once these bombs go off, the nuclear fallout, what have you, the suffering that people go through. So in spite of your faith, just come together and I just continue to, even if it's thoughts of peace or offerings of peace, then let it be that all of our efforts and thoughts here will be united as one.
Prayers for peace were also offered at all Sunday Masses as directed by Coadjutor Archbishop Michael Burns. We should note that beginning tonight, Isla 63 AM will present Prayer for Peace, a short prayer for the faithful in Chamorro, followed by English.
With the ongoing rhetoric about North Korea, children across the island may have concerns and questions about what's happening, and some parents may need to take time to reflect on the matter. Valerie Maige has the story.
This is my home, you know, everybody loves this place. It's like paradise. So I don't want like anything bad like happen. So I really hope that we'll be okay.
10-year-old Nathan Perez learned about the threat on his own through social media. And while he read up on the news himself, he needed his parents to help him quell his fears about the biggest talk impacting his island home, North Korea.
I was kind of scared.
During times like today, children need a sense of hope to understand and cope with the more fearful aspects of the world. That's according to Dr. Kirk Bellis, who specializes in child and adolescent psychiatry.
And keeping, I guess, the child informed about how you feel in terms of that you're confident that things are going to be okay and that you are very comfortable with the way things are going, that will also reassure the child that things are not to be worried about.
But it's that worry parents like Alicia Perez-Uggan know all too well. She says her 9-year-old Ava has expressed concern.
The 15th is tomorrow. Are you going to work? And I said, of course. I go to work every day, honey. And then her response, she was quiet. I could tell that there was some sense of anxiousness and maybe what I would consider fear in her eyes.
And to help them get through it,
I took a step back and I took an approach and said, well, that's what's being reported. You know, we're safe. We're here at home on Guam. I feel safe, and I've reassured her that I feel safe. But as a mother, it kind of makes you really think about what you're telling your child.
I too am a mother, and being inundated with the news on a daily basis, hearing my 14-year-old daughter's thoughts on the matter certainly struck a chord.
It makes me a little worried because I don't know what's going to happen, but that's just being human in general. Whatever you don't know about, you start to fear what it is and what its potential is.
The best advice experts say is to have an honest talk with your children about the issue so that they don't have to live in fear.
We just have to hope for the best.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Valerie Maige.
Thanks, Val. People from our diverse faith communities came together Sunday in prayer and peace in the midst of North Korean threat of a nuclear missile attack. Members of the Muslim, Baha'i, Chamorro spiritualism, Buddhism, Hindu, Jewish, and Christian communities appeared live on KGTF Public Television. The event will be shared worldwide on the internet. Organizer Dr. Vince Ekimoto urged participants to express a message of peace. And you can see more of that report happening right now on our social media page. Thanks to KGTF for sharing that with us. Well, hoping for the best but preparing for the worst case scenario, though Philippine Consul General Marciano de Borja expresses his utmost confidence in the local government and our military defenses, it's better to be safe than sorry.
Just in case the chancery in ITC building is not accessible, or if the building is closed, then we have to operate somewhere.
In the event of an attack, Philippine Consul General Marciano de Borja says vulnerable Philippine nationals can seek refuge here. It's a 3-story, 10-bedroom home in Jonestown, Tamuning. What's to be the new home for the Consul General? The home is equipped with a generator and now being stocked with supplies.
So since this is already ready for occupancy, then we'll be transferring our command center here. And of course, it will also serve as an evacuation center for Filipinos who have no place to stay in case their houses are, let's say there's power outage or there's food shortage or whatever. So we're here to serve the most vulnerable among our countrymen on the island.
42,800 Filipinos call Guam home. That's 26% of the population, only second to Chamorros. Among those he expects will need his office's assistance are those who may be undocumented or have labor issues.
I'm confident that many of our nationals will be able to cope because many are long-time residents. Some of them have really settled well.
The evacuation center is just one part of their contingency plan. They've already started dialogue with the Philippine government should there be a need to evacuate nationals or airlift supplies into the island.
Right now, because we can just warn our citizens that there's this threat, we don't know if it's going to happen or not. Hopefully not. We're praying that and we're placing our faith in God and in the U.S. military.
Stick around for more news here on Primetime.
You're watching KUAM.
There are more ways to experience KUAM News than any other source on Guam. Download the KUAM News app for your Apple or Android device for 24/7 news, sports, videos, weather, streaming with KUAM radio, and important news alerts. And stay connected at home with Guam's first app for Apple TV. All available now from the App Store.
This is Tabby. Tabby service provider is IT&E. This allows her to walk on campus without having to rely on Wi-Fi.
Hey, Abby. Hey, I switched to the IT&E student plan just like you. I love how affordable their plan is. I'm so glad I switched to IT&E. What?
Get up to 5 gigs a month for just $30 and the first 3 months free at IT&E.
Have you gotten paid yet? That's the premium automatic insurance deduction plan from Calvo's Insurance. Paid simplifies your home and auto insurance. No down payment. No more long lines. And you can stretch your payments up to 12 months. Paid is convenient. It deducts from your payroll, your checking account, or your credit card. With Paid, you get up to 65% off your car insurance and enjoy lifestyle club discounts. Life can be easier when you get paid.
Call Calvo's Insurance today and save on your home and auto insurance.
At Shell, it's about offering more than just fuel. It's about providing service to people. From hot coffees to warm welcomes, from clean bathrooms to fresh food, we're on a mission to make you leave happier than when you arrived. So whatever your journey, we're here. Welcome to service. Welcome to Shell. Serving the islands for over 30 years. Share your story at Shell Foodies Guam on Instagram and Facebook. Hashtag Station Stories, hashtag Shell Guam.
Oh! Oh! Ruby Tuesday puts the O in dinner combos with Garden Bar Plus entrees for only $20.99. Choose salmon moco, petite sirloin, or pesto chicken pasta. Only at Ruby Tuesday. Oh!
Hyundai's summer clearance event is happening now. Guam's best dealership, Cars Plus and Mighty. With financing as low as 1.99%. There's no better time to drive a new Hyundai Accent, ranked highest in initial quality, starting at just $11,995. Or the new Hyundai Elantra starting at $16,995. SUV lovers, check out the new Hyundai Tucson starting at $19,995. Plus, every new Hyundai gets Guam's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles. It's our Hyundai summer clearance event going on now at Cars Plus and Mighty. Cars Plus, driven by you.
For 20 years, Matson has been an important part of our everyday lives. Bringing in the cars we drive, the food we eat, and the materials that helped build our homes. From caring for our land through the Adaki Itanu program to generously supporting our local charities, Matson has contributed to the preservation and growth of our island. On behalf of those you've served throughout your 20 years on Guam, Kidus Maasi Matson.
Connect with KUAM News. Find us on your favorite social media platform. Follow us and stay in the know with Guam's news leader.
A man is fighting for his life after losing control of his car and running off the road. It happened around 7:30 Sunday night near Polaris Point. Police say the driver of a 1992 Jeep Wrangler was reportedly speeding when he clipped another car, crossed over the median, and overturned off the roadway into a ditch on the southbound side. Roads were closed for hours while Highway Patrol was activated to investigate. The driver remains in critical condition at Naval Hospital, where he's being treated for head trauma.
A settlement agreement has been drafted in the controversial lawsuit lodged by Superintendent John Fernandez against the Guam Education Board last year. The $7 million lawsuit was filed against both the GEB and 6 of its members, citing 14th Amendment and due process violations for Fernandez's near termination last October. In a preliminary pretrial conference on Monday, Fernandez's attorney Delia Wolf noted that while her office has minor revisions to the existing draft, the biggest issue is whether legislative approval would be needed for a settlement to move forward. Assistant Attorney General Marianne Wallace-Chuck argued that legislative approval is needed due to the amounts involved. However, Wolf disagreed, saying approval was not needed during past settlements with the Education Board. Judge Francis Tadingo Gatewood asked the parties to communicate with the Guam legislature regarding the issue. The next status hearing is set for August 25th.
The Guam Department of Education looking into a civil lawsuit filed against one of their own, science teacher Vernon Camilles. In a statement to KUAM, Deputy Superintendent Erica Cruz saying DOE's legal counsel is reviewing their policies and personal rules and regs. Camilles, who is listed as a teacher at Simon Sanchez High, is still employed with the agency. Last week, he was named in a child sex abuse lawsuit in the Superior Court of Guam. The plaintiff, only ID'd as EM, alleges Camilles was his confirmation teacher at Agana Heights Church in the late 1980s. During a car ride, EM alleges Camilles grabbed his private parts and made suggestive comments on how the teen boy could get his girlfriend to have sex with him.
Lawmakers weren't able to get to it today, but the talks on Speaker B.J. Cruz's Bill 22 were the focus. Bill 22 proposes a 2-year spending plan for Gov Guam that also slashes more than $50 million. Several public safety leaders and the Guam Visitors Bureau president spoke out against it today, calling for senators to vote down the measure. They say it would substantially impact their operations, personnel, and the Tourist Attraction Fund. Session will resume tomorrow to discuss the measure at 2 p.m.
The employer's support of the Garden Reserve State Committee was commended by the legislature today for their commitment to providing support to Guam and the CNMI's National Guard members and reservists. Senator Joseph Augustine presented the committee with a resolution in a ceremony today. The ESGR was established in 1972 to promote cooperation and understanding between reserve component service members and their civilian employers and to assist in the resolution of conflicts arising from an employee's military commitment.
Today, family and friends made their way to Our Lady of Lourdes Church in Jigo to bid adios to 6-year-old Arisa Ann St. Nicholas. St. Nicholas was a cancer warrior princess who inspired the island community with her strength and bravery. Affectionately known as Sasa, she was only 2 years old when she was diagnosed with a rare form of cancer called T-cell lymphoblastic lymphoma. After completing treatment, she returned back to Guam to be with family, but in February of this year, the cancer had returned. Arisa was 6 years old.
Condolences to the St. Nicholas family. Well, coming up with Sports Double D, but first, here's your island weather.
From the network that brought you up to 3 times more data comes the dawn of a new data. The epic story of Guam's only network brave enough to give 10 free gigs of bonus data on every line every month to customers who bundle their services. Reviewers are calling the offer totes awesome. Best deal ever. And yes.
Visit GTA.net for details.
A wise man once said that life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. You don't always see that 10% coming when you get hurt or feel the devastation. For over 40 years, Alpha Insurers reacts quickly for you to provide you with peace of mind. Always. Alpha Insurers, protecting your good things in life.
I'm here to announce the launch of McDonald's new signature sriracha sandwich, and they decided to turn it up. It's topped with crispy onions, fresh baby spinach, and kale. Onions and baby greens. That's not all. They decided to turn it up even more. They created an exclusive sriracha mac sauce with just the right kick of spice. Yeah, but it's here only for a limited time. The McDonald's signature sriracha sandwich. Where are you going?
GU Self-Storage, Guam's newest and largest storage facility with the island's largest variety of storage unit sizes to meet customer demands. Our facility applies the most advanced access and security surveillance system, including the state-of-the-art Easy Code phone app. Keep what's important to you safe and secure with fully covered loading and unloading area in a fully climate-controlled facility. We offer professional packing, pickup, and delivery of your storage items and complimentary use of hand truck, appliance dollies, and pallet jacks, and offer ADA accessible units. For our customer convenience, we offer access to our on-site business center, conference room, and mail hub services. Call our friendly and professional management team at 648-7867 to learn more about our flexible month-to-month lease options with best rates starting as low as $50. GU Self-Storage, located next to McDonald's in Harmon, the old GPA building.
How do you want to live? As a decent person? Good husband. Is that it? Good? Of course not. Parent of the year? Better. Making her heart skip a beat. Thump. Undeniable. Like a boss. Like a pro. We couldn't agree more. We are professional grade. Step up to GMC with 0% financing through 72 months on this lineup of 2017 models when you finance through GM Financial. We are professional grade. GMC.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
What's up, Guam? Dave Delgado here for KUAM Sports. Thanks for watching. A couple hundred competitors showed up yesterday afternoon at the Guam International Raceway in Jigo for Trench Challenge. It's the only event I know where volunteers give you soap to get fresh after competition. Competitors took part in the solo and team portion of Trench Challenge, trying to outdo one another for the best possible time. Teams were made up with as many as 20 taking on the challenging course that stretched out a distance of 4 miles. Some of the new obstacles included the Atlas Stones, Cargo Net, Green Monster, and the rope swing that featured rings.
this year's Trench Challenge was definitely a lot smoother. Our obstacles were, much bigger, and we got a lot of good feedback from everybody that participated. The competitive guys, the feedback we got from them was that the course was very tough for them, at least, with the penalties for not completing one. They had to do 30 burpees, and quite a few of them did multiple of those. So they did come in exhausted at the end, but they had a great time.
Solo competitors dug deep to finish the course, putting their mind and body to the ultimate endurance test. Teams bonded and relied on teamwork to get through the obstacles, fighting thirst and fatigue.
Overall top finisher is going to get a paid trip to the OCR World Championships in Canada in October. And then we have the top 3 male, top 3 females, top 5 in each age group that are going to get qualifying certificates. And they'll also be able to participate. You've got to qualify to participate. And they'll be able to participate. We'll cover their registration fees. They just got to make their way out there.
This year's beneficiaries, once again, were Special Olympics Guam and Guam Cancer Care. Funds raised from this year's competition will go towards day-to-day operations for each of the 2 nonprofit organizations.
My team's very happy to give back, and especially to local organizations such as Guam Cancer Care and Special Olympics Guam. Money stays here. It's being used for a good cause. So definitely, we feel great about it, and we're going to be continuing to do this every year.
Let's roll on over to the Tumuning Gym for some Shirley's Basketball League highlights between the National Guard and Seagirl. Alex Denchuro slapping board. Julius Yu trying to get the ball inside to teammate Francis Imbo. Ball gets picked off by Jesse Baza. Gordon Blackman running on the break, gains possession and goes up for the lay-in. 4 points for Blackman. Imbo looking for the mismatch. Kalel De Los Santos working on the switch. Pump fake, drives baseline, and gets the finger roll for 2 of his 6 points in the game. Seagirl turning the ball over. Dominica Fison pushing the ball up court. Edros Olalia off on the layup attempt. Fison continues through the lane for the putback. Team high 10 for a Fison. Seagirl put away for the win, 50-31. Julius Yu 17 points, hitting 4 threes in the win. Bert Arulong added 12 in his team's win. Now for some Guam National Youth Football Federation footage. Steelers player Aiden Lumba takes it to the house on the Broncos defense in the Matua division. A holding on the play would bring the ball back. Touchdown was no good. The Broncos defense held their ground, forcing the Steelers to give the ball back. Special teams play not going good for the Steelers. Pharrell Caesar with the fumble recovery deep in Steelers territory. The play set up Dylan Manabusin to punch it in from 3 yards out. Broncos edge out the Steelers 7-6 for the win. Broncos also took the Munha division 31-6 and drew with the Steelers in the Mecca division 0-0. Jeremiah Camacho took the Triple J Guam Youth Bowler of the Lane's honors, topping all other competitors with a 942 pin total, followed by Frank Manabusin Jr., Anastasia Leon Guerrero. He bowled a tournament high 280 during the third game.